Fitzgerald. This is Dubai Works, where we interview the business leaders making a difference in this great city.
That business with scalability was very interesting to me.
I like building something that has legacy.
This episode of Dubai Works is sponsored by Petra Insurance, a groundbreaking player in the UAE insurance market with more than 55 years of experience in the industry. Petra Insurance offers a range of products to individuals and companies, providing quick solutions and the advantage of paying in installments. They also recognize the importance of transparency, and they make it a point to assure trust in their policies. You can get in contact with them directly by visiting insurewithpetra.com. So I think the number of fintech interviews that we've been having on Dubai Works of late just shows how much is happening in the UAE and in Dubai in this space, whether it's crypto, whether it's new payment gateways, whether it's new platforms. We've had a lot of fintech conversations, and this is another one, DIFX. They do both trading and crypto, and Jeetu, the CEO, really knows his stuff. So it's really interesting conversation. Back to Dubai Works Business Podcast. This week we're joined by Jeetu Kataria, the CEO and co-founder of DIFX. They are a one-stop solution for businesses and traders. They provide a seamless platform to carry out crypto transactions. So fintech, crypto, trading, this is going to be a real deep dive conversation this morning. We'll be talking about how the company was formed a couple of years ago, the category, the industry, and really what's happening in Dubai in this space. Good morning, Jeetu.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting.
So tell us a little bit more about DIFX.
So DIFX is it's a digital financial exchange. It's a cross-asset exchange. We are trying to bridge a gap between the traditional users and the crypto users. What our belief is, basically crypto should have a mass adoption. And for mass adoption, you need a bridge between the traditional assets and the cryptocurrencies. So you need a mix and match of both. If you need a mass adoption, if I look at the current user base of the industry, crypto industry, it is roughly between 150 to 200 million users. But if you look at the traditional assets like commodities, Forex stocks, we have roughly 1.5 to 2 billion users today. So we feel that if cryptocurrency needs to have a mass adoption, you need to bridge a gap between these asset classes. That's what we are trying to do in DIFX. We are a cross-asset exchange wherein we allow users to not only trade on cryptos, but you can trade on traditional assets also along with your crypto assets.
Okay, interesting. That's so interesting to describe, because yes, when people trade crypto, they do it on different exchanges, and it's very siloed and separate from traditional trading or investing. Yes. So was that the thesis of DIFX? And how did the name obviously is very similar to DIFC. Is there any kind of association there?
There is no association of DIFX with DIFC.
What does this stand for?
DIFX is Digital Financial Exchange.
Yeah.
We have copyrighted this across the globe. Yes, I know that DIFX was Dubai International Financial Exchange, which was taken over by Nasdaq Dubai.
Yeah.
But for us, DIFX stands for Digital Financial Exchange.
Yeah.
And there is no association with DIFC
Dubai financial
or
markets.
any Dubai financial markets at all. We are based here in Dubai, our tech team based here. We have a tech company over here. Our tech operations are run from Dubai itself.
Okay. And so you did set the business up here. When did you set it up, and sort of what's your journey been like?
I have been based in Dubai since last 12 years. So I have been working in different sectors. I'm a hedge fund trader by myself. I am a venture capitalist. We are investing into startups. And we started the first inception of the company of DIFX back in 2019. This was back in Singapore. And then we formed a tech company in Dubai to start the operations. So since last 1.5 years, we are based in Dubai as a tech company. And then we have a different global regulations. We are based in Cayman Islands, we are based in Singapore, we are based in UK. So in cryptocurrency, you can't have one single company. There are regulations in different parts of the world. And you don't know which country will change the regulations overnight. So it's always better for you to have licenses from different parts of the world when you are running a crypto exchange. And we are into both. We are into cryptos and we are into CFDs also.
Okay.
So our vision is that over next 1 year, we will go in multiple locations as a regulations, and we will get licenses from that. But Dubai will be our core hub wherein my tech operations are concerned. I think looking at the Cosmo culture of Dubai, it's very easy for me to build a team over here and get all the resources I need.
Yeah.
I haven't seen in last 5 years any city transforming the way Dubai has transformed.
Wow,
With in terms of getting the resources, calling the people, and no matter where you stay, you might be in UK, US, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, wherever you stay. But when you come to this city, I think it's home away from home. So that's what Cosmo culture we have over here, and it's very easy for me to get the resources from across the globe, call them over here, and let them work in our office.
Wow. So just going back to, from a consumer point of view, I think obviously having options to do things in one place makes sense. So if I open up an app or register an account and I want to buy Tesla or I want to buy Bitcoin, I can do it in the same place.
Absolutely. So that's what I have been trading since so many years, and that's what problems I have faced in last 5 years, that switching between the different platforms is the real pain we have. If you want to buy crypto, then you need to go on a crypto exchange. If you need to switch from Bitcoin and you need to buy gold future, you need to go on a different CFD platform. So that's what were the problems I was facing.
But it's not simple to do, because you talked about, so where you're regulated, if you're setting up a platform like a bank or something that someone can trade on, what's the sort of language you talk about? Who do you approach in Dubai in DIFC, and what sort of license do you get if you're just setting up an investment trading platform? And then what's the difference to adding the crypto piece?
Okay, so basically in Dubai, as of now, recently DMCC has announced the regulations where we have filed the application. They have came out with the whole law in sync with CBBC labs, wherein they have set it up a crypto center.
Okay, so now, this is a free zone. This is one of the
DMCC is one of the free zone where they are coming out with full-fledged regulations. I think this is what I saw last year in World Economic Forum. There was an announcement that Dubai in coming 5 years will be the blockchain capital of the world. I think whatever they told in that conference, I have seen that changes in last 1 year. The crypto center in DMCC opened up, I think, 3.5 months back.
This was when His Highness Sheikh Hamdan went to Davos.
Yes,
and
Davos,
talked
and
about,
he spoke that we will be the blockchain center of the world. This is what the vision is. And this is, I think, for any country to grow, they need the technology which is adapting at a different pace. I haven't seen in last 10 years of my career that any industry growing from a $200 billion industry to today it's $3 trillion industry.
Yeah.
So that's an
announcement this week, right? That's
what the blessing in disguise pandemic. Lots of people were affected, and they were sitting home and they felt that this is the need of our. They started trading on different assets. They started trading on crypto, and because of the volatility, you get more and more traders which come and which trade. So that's what the adaptability crypto industry had in last 1 year, and this industry has grown to next level. There are n number of projects which didn't went up, so it's mix and match. But overall, the industry has grown at a different level. There are not only cryptocurrency, but overall blockchain industry is growing. There are different oil and gas industries, there are petroleum, FMCGs, pharma, they all are using blockchain technology today. So that's what the adaptability is of this industry, and whichever country is adapting, I think in coming 5 years, they will be the leaders. And Dubai has shown that in last, they don't speak, but they believe in the action. So in last, I think 3 months, there are more than 500 companies who have came in only DMCC and registered. I think this is at the pace what they are going. This is what pace I have seen in Zug in 2013 in Crypto Valley, and right now they're growing at a different
Where did
pace.
You say? So,
this is in Zug, Switzerland.
Okay.
So in 2000, the first regulated country was Switzerland in Zug. They were the one who came out with the regulations, and after that it was followed by different countries like Lithuania, Estonia and all. So
you think UAE is at that stage now?
I think so. The way they are going, UAE is at that stage, and not only DMCC but DIFC has announced that they will be coming out with their laws.
Yeah.
World Trade Center Free Zone have came out that they will be announcing a law which will be related to blockchain and security tokens and all. So we see the changes which are happening in this city,
Okay.
and with specific free zones, there will be ease of doing business in related to blockchain and cryptocurrencies.
Okay, but I assume that this is a commodities free zone. There aren't any banks registered in DMCC. There are in DIFC, and there's trading platforms and there's exchanges.
Yes.
So how do you've decided to put things together for the user?
Yeah.
Has regulation decided that these are the same things?
So basically, to run a crypto exchange, it's an online portal. You just have to be regulated from a specific location, and you can run it with specific countries. So
Okay.
in Dubai, we are a tech operations, but we are a global platform. We are an online platform wherein across the globe we are allowing users to come and trade.
Fair enough.
And they can do their business.
Okay, so you could be regulated. The original license for the trading part of crypto could be in Singapore.
Yeah.
Your tech team can be here, and in the future, when the licenses are available here for
you
more
can get
crypto,
license from that
you can add
country.
to
Absolutely.
that country.
So that's what we have
Fair
applied
enough.
in DMCC.
Yeah.
We'll see what are the regulations of DIFC will apply there also.
Okay.
So that's what our vision
Fly
is.
everywhere.
So, yeah, absolutely. In
Go with the
this
flow,
industry,
yeah.
you need to go with the flow.
Yeah, interesting. So, continuing on that theme, if I trade, or anyone, I was fascinated by the numbers you mentioned, the 1.5 billion versus the 100 million, 150 million. I haven't heard those numbers before. I heard 40 million crypto traders, but I didn't hear that size. So it's interesting in context. But when someone trades, when someone makes an investment in the public markets, they're they open and close at different time zones, whereas crypto is open all the time.
Yeah.
How does if you're mixing these things together,
Yeah.
what does it look like on the dashboard? Like, are you still kind of going to different places within your system?
Yeah. So basically, from Monday to Friday, you have the traditional markets which are open. And along with that, we have two platforms. So one is the spot exchange platform, and next is the MT5 platform. On the MT5, we have more.
This is your proprietary named platform, whereas the spot exchange can be on other.
Yeah, spot exchange is our own institutional platform,
Yeah.
and then there is a company named MetaCodes.
Yeah.
And 75% of the volumes across the globe on the traditional assets happen on MT5 platform.
Okay.
So we have one platform.
Okay.
So we just want to create a bridge, because there are n number of traditional users who are using a platform from last 15 years, and they are used to on that platform. You can't shift them from one platform to another, if no matter how good your product is. So we bought both the platform. We created our own spot platform. Simultaneously, we have a traditional platform, but on this traditional platform MT5, we have all the crypto assets also which are trading. We have more than 600 assets. This is just an MVP went live. We just went live 3 weeks back on the MVP. But in coming 6 months, we will have all the products wherein we will have social trading. We'll have n number of things coming up. We are building our own blockchain, which will be going live in coming 6 months. So there are n number of products which are coming.
You have your own token as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have our own. It's a utility token which works in the ecosystem of DIFX exchange. So it's basically to pay your fees, you can use this token. So it's a utility token, just like any other exchange token like BNB, FTX, and so on.
Yeah, interesting. So that sits within your system. So I guess you talked about onboarding everything, and then you mentioned one of the reasons people wouldn't change to a platform, but obviously having access to all the different markets and all the different what would we call them, securities and assets and things like that.
Yeah.
Adding everything in one place it takes a long time and is hard.
Absolutely. It took us almost 1.5 years to build this bridge. My real problem while trading on all these platforms, where there are some platforms which are good, they are insured, but the maximum of the platform, they use their own wallets. Your assets are not secured. There are hacks happening, because this is a tech, anything can happen. So on day one, we were clear that whenever we come out with our platform, we need to secure our user. That's what the utmost priority is. We onboarded one of the best KYC and AML platform, which is available right now. That's Sum and Substance. At the back end of our exchange, we have Fireblock, which is one of the largest custodians in the world today. They have more than $500 billion assets under custody. So they are the one who are maintaining all the assets of our users, including us, and the wallets are insured. So whoever is holding any asset on that wallet, that's been insured by them. So that's how we have a platform. We are providing the platform where you can trade, but at the back end, it's a robust system of KYC, AML, chain analysis, wherein we are doing whole blockchain analysis. Whenever any asset comes, we need to take care that these assets are not tumbled or marked anywhere, or it is any hacker who is putting their assets in our platform. So that's what we have worked in this last 1.5 year, along with the regulations and different companies across the globe.
Okay, so interesting. And I saw on your website, I know we're skipping ahead, but it mentioned an eventual IPO as well, a kind of roadmap to that.
We have 3 years down the line, we might go for an IPO. Initially, we need to just focus on the platform and user acquisitions. So our focused markets right now are Asia, Africa, and Middle East. So these are, I personally feel that you have the maximum population in these region. And till now, there is no adaptability of our industry in these regions. If you can focus, you can get a mass adoption. Europe, US, Japan, and Southeast Asia, they are mature enough on these assets and crypto trading. But these regions, especially Africa, Middle East, these are new to this industry. It's just 1 year. Because of the hype, they are coming on board, but you need to educate them well. Just for that region, we have DIFX Academy, which is free for all. We educate to the users that while you choose the platform, what you need to see, while you trade, what are the risk management systems you need to follow while you're trading, because cryptocurrency is a volatile asset. So everything, we have a detailed academy along with a very simplified videos, and we have the whole ebooks available for every users to read it in a different multi-language.
Yeah, you have to provide that information and knowledge to people to help them. So it's a good partner in that way. Interesting. The reason I was asking about the IPO is, Coinbase went public and people were saying, okay, that's a wallet, but it's not necessarily decentralized, yet it's trading crypto. So, because the promise of some of the exchanges is that they're decentralized, yet yours can't be because it's also
we are a centralized exchange. We are not decentralized. We are, because ultimately, if you want to create a mass adoption today, I told you that if you see the traditional assets like commodities is having a volume of $900 billion a day. If you look at the currencies, Forex currencies trading volume, it's more than $7 to $8 trillion a day. Daily trade volumes, stock futures, CFDs, options, they have massive volumes. But if you look at the cryptocurrency trading volumes today, it's roughly between $300 billion a day. So if you want that adaptability and that mass adoption that you have $1 trillion to $2 trillion volume a day, you need to bridge these assets with cryptocurrencies. Only then I think you will get the real users who want to trade both the assets with combination.
Okay, interesting. I'm sold. I understand it. I think top line, Ali, the producer, is laughing. But so interesting. So talking a little bit more about the tech side, when your tech team are in Dubai, which is really interesting, and you explained why that you can have access to different diversity, different people, different skill sets, different background. But when you're coding for the blockchain, how do you know if someone's a blockchain developer? What languages do they have and what sort of background do they have?
So they have the experience, they do blockchain courses. There are n number of universities available right now. We have our CTO who have studied in India, and he's been working, he's having 10 years of experience into blockchain. He was with one of the largest organizations here and he have joined us to come in as a CTO.
What language, like if you have a web developer and they do PHP or whatever, so what is someone doing on the blockchain?
So normally we do Solidity, which is on Ethereum. So there are different blockchains. So what experience they have, there are n number of blockchains available. The most advanced one right now is Etherchain with the maximum community. And once any blockchain developer who knows Solidity well, I think he can build different blockchains and he can build product on different blockchains once he knows, because he's working on that one, which is one of the oldest one. So we normally look for that kind of people. Apart from that, there are different, so you don't only need blockchain developers, but you need different kind of skill set. You need your UI UX, you need a Node.js developer, you need full stack developer, you need DevOps. So there are different kind of people and you need a proper team. So you have 1 or 2 blockchain developers and then you have a different team in sync. they can work together.
So when you're doing something like you are, which is not just the blockchain part, you need all the main web developers.
Absolutely.
And then based on what you believe fits your product, you will choose one of the chains or the nodes, or one of the, it's like when you're building a website originally, or what sort of codes do you want to use, right?
Absolutely.
And then you choose that. So you've chosen the
Absolutely.
yeah.
So we are roughly right now we are a team of 55 people.
Okay.
Out of which roughly 25 people sits in Dubai, and then we are in the remote locations in Sri Lanka, India, Russia. But now our expansion plan is over next 1 year we'll get all the teams. So we are expanding to 150 people now, and our whole team will be based in Dubai. Looking
That's
at the
cool.
scale, we want all the team members to be working in sync to get the real output we need.
Yeah.
And this is what we plan.
That's interesting, because a lot of people, especially in the crypto space, believe in kind of remote working and things like that. And obviously you built a lot of this business during the pandemic, but even still, not just does Dubai offer a sort of a good base for crypto, but it's also, you actually want people in the same place to work together.
Absolutely. We believe that team building is very important, and putting your team in the remote locations, you don't have that bond which creates the real product you want. They can work from the remote locations, but it's very important for them to meet, be in sync with each other to create a different product, what is needed.
Interesting. And so talking about your offices and your space in Dubai, did you take an office in DIFC, or where are you?
No, we have a company over here which is in mainland Dubai. It's a tech company.
Okay.
And now we are filing in DMCC and DIFC both.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
And building a tech platform in the financial space, what sort of investment was needed, and what stage are you at?
So I think it depends on what is your product. Each and every product has a different price tag, but yeah, we have invested a lot, I think.
But so in 2019, did you put in sort of like angel round? Did you put in cash at the start?
No, it was a self-funded project.
Okay.
We haven't raised any funds for the project. It was a self-funded project.
You and your co-founder.
Absolutely, we and our co-founder. It was a self-funded project, and we as in venture capitalists, there were some tech companies which we funded at the initial period.
Yeah.
And we brought in all the tech companies and our own team. They went in sync and they started the development.
Okay.
So it was a self-funded project. We haven't raised any funds on the equity level.
Okay.
Even our token is listed right now. It is open, and it's basically the token is registered in Cayman Islands as a virtual asset company. And it is a ecosystem project. It is not a currency or cryptocurrency where you can use it outside. It is used in the ecosystem of the exchange, wherein a user, when they trade, they can have these tokens with them. And if they are trading, for example, they bought a Bitcoin worth $1 million and they need to pay $100 as a commission on that. If they have the DIFX token, they get up to 50% discount on their commission. So the whole the token works on the whole ecosystem.
Okay, so they're incentivized
it's a utility token.
to use your own utility token.
Absolutely.
And so interesting. So basically, like, even if you're not making money right now, you still have a runway for those 150 staff.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We are. So you've
done well in the investment world.
Absolutely. We have been working on the investment and venture capital companies since last so many years. So that was our vision, that let the product speak for itself. Okay. The users, when they feel secure, they will come in. I have seen lots and lots of product. We are building lots of products to safeguard the users.
Yeah.
So I think in coming 6 months, you will see what are the products we are bringing and how secure user will feel when they come on DIFX platform to trade.
Interesting. And what about lost my thought. What about Dubai at the moment? I was at the cricket recently and I saw FTX branding around the place. There's a blockchain summit. There's Floki ads at the airport. It just feels like we're in crypto land.
I think in last 1 year, I think that's the vision and dedication of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum and his team. They have shown even in the worst time of pandemic, wherein the whole world is not working, Dubai was on and the business was working. We had, even at the time of pandemic, there was one of the largest conferences which happened. Future Blockchain Summit was here. AIBC Summit, Crypto Summit. Again, the Future Blockchain Summit happened with 4 other conferences and GITEX. So we have seen how to do business even in the tough times, and that's the vision of His Highness. Brought in all the people across the globe to come to Dubai and work. I think we have seen some of the biggest groups coming to Dubai, setting up their offices, applying for the licenses. It's only because of the reason in last 1 year what Dubai has shown to the world.
And now we'll take a break to hear from our sponsor. So when Augustus Media was starting our business in 2015, one of the things we obviously needed was insurance for employees. Back then it was only a couple of us, so it wasn't a big deal. But we came across Petra Insurance and we started using them. Almost 7 years later, 30 employees in the UAE, we still use Petra Insurance. They are one of our core business partners. We have a direct relationship with them, and anytime anything comes up, whether it's group insurance, whether it's individual things, they're very quick to get back to us, and we really feel they're a business partner for us and have helped us grow. And now we're back. And so, Jeetu, if you're at one of these events and you're meeting people from around the world who might just be coming, to meet people, what's their reaction? Are they kind of saying, "Oh wow, like, oh, you guys are here, we should be here"? Is there a bit of a FOMO? What's the pull? We know the pull for tourism is to come to Dubai, but what's the pull for kind of crypto people around the world to be here?
I think you tell me which other country or which other city you have seen in last so many years wherein you have people from more than 200 countries staying in one place.
Yeah.
90% expats from across the globe in a single city working. Which other city is there in the world?
Probably not.
So that's you speak for that. The volume speak for itself. The way they are doing, the cosmo culture you have in Dubai. I think no matter where the person is from, when he comes to Europe, he feels that he's in his home.
Yeah.
Because he meet his own community. You have each and every community available in Dubai staying in peace.
Okay. So it's more from a kind of, I feel like I can work from here in safety rather than, hey, this is like El Salvador who has, the prime minister is really buying crypto with state money and things like that. There hasn't been a sort of, other than that speech and that sort of strategy, there isn't a catalyst that says, hey, this is really different. Like, they haven't, say, released a digital currency. They haven't sort of really changed the kind of central bank here yet, have they?
No, not yet. They haven't changed yet. I don't think so. That might be coming over a period of time.
Yeah.
It'll take some time, but I think the adaptability will be there over a period of 5-10 years.
And what would you expect in that level, like from a fiat currency versus other currencies from a government point of view? Do you think the digital currencies, that they will make their own currency,
I think,
or will they adopt a crypto asset?
I feel so. Every country will have their own digital currency, but it will be the legal tender what they will come out with. China has came out with, and now Australia is planning. So there are a number of countries who will come out with their digital currencies, but it will not affect the usability of the cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, Ether, and so on. So every project is different, every blockchain is different, and usability is different. So everybody will have its own market, but it will not counter. So there are small countries who might announce that Bitcoin will be their legal tender, but the large one will have their own digital currency as the legal tender.
Yeah, interesting. The year has flown by. We sat here in this studio and interviewed a guy called Matthias Mende, who's an investor in Dubai in crypto space. And he recommended to me to invest in Polkadot, Solana, and things like that. And that was a year ago, and the prices are like Solana was $1 then, it's 200 and something now. And so what have you kind of like, other than, the excitement of day traders and things like that, how do you rationalize what's happened in the last 12 months? Like we see the meme coins, we see what's, obviously Bitcoin's kind of 10x as well in that period. How do you rationalize that? Or is your head down building a tech product and you're kind of outside of it?
Look, I personally feel when you invest in the project, it's very important to see what is the usability and the utility of that product. What is the product they are building and will it have a mass adoption? Today, if he spoke about DOT, he spoke about Solana. So the project is having a mass adoption. Why? Because it's a blockchain. If you look at the top 20 or top 30 tokens available right now with the largest market cap, each and every 80% are based on the blockchain, wherein you use these blockchain, you build different product, and you need to use
an infrastructure there.
It's an infrastructure which is there, and you need to use their token to basically build your product or do transactions.
Yeah.
So it totally depends when you invest on the project, which are the good one. There are n number of good projects which are coming up in pipeline. There are on the ICO calendars on different launch pads. It's important to study on that project what will be the usability.
Yeah.
And I personally feel I as an investor, I do an SIP. So every month I have a set amount which I put on the top 5 coins. So no matter what the price is, I see the industry 10x from here in maybe 5 years. So even it's never the late. If there are new investor, even they can segregate certain portfolio. If they haven't invested anything, it's better to go with the topmost one. Segregate your portfolio, maybe 20% of your existing portfolio you put into cryptos, and out of that 50% go in the top 5, and rest 50% you keep it with the new tokens which are coming, which have good usability.
Okay. This isn't the financial advice, but it's good to get your insight.
Absolutely.
Because because it's hard to understand everything, but it's good for people to understand, which is why you talked about the development side of it, because that is what it is. I don't have the right lingo, but any new projects that come up, whether it's in gaming or whether it's in NFTs or whatever, they're all based on an infrastructure. They're all based on a blockchain, which is either a fork of the original or something. And then some of these blockchains, some of these tokens and utilities are faster than others, and some of them lend themselves towards smart asset contracts or NFTs or different things. So once people understand that, and that's what you're talking about, the reason they might get into the top 5 is because more and more use cases are coming out from that one.
Yes.
So you don't need to, for example, the more the people hear about NFTs and they go, okay, is that on Solana or is that on? I'm now rambling, but it's like back in the day when e-commerce was big. It was like, well, what's going to be bigger, eBay or Amazon?
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is the same thing, but I think every project have its own market and region.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty.
Yeah. And Jeetu, what about commissions? Like we hear in a lot of this is to do with speed of transaction, but it's also to do with, well, what's the cheaper exchange to work on? So what are your fee structure like?
So basically we have a standard fee structure on the perpetual futures. We don't charge, it's 0 commission fees. On the futures, on the spot exchange, we have 0.1. It's ranging from 0.05 to 0.10.
So you have a percentage. You don't have a flat dollar fee.
Okay. We don't have a flat dollar fee. So we will be coming out with the flat dollar fee, wherein we will do as per the volumes you do.
Yeah.
So there are different plans which will be coming. We just went live with our MVP recently.
Yeah.
But the overall response from the users have been great because the platform is secured, it's insured, we have one of the largest custodians and all, that's why.
Okay, interesting. And then the fees on the blockchain side, is that the same on the crypto?
So on the crypto, there are different blockchains. Like Ethereum, it has the maximum usability, but the fees is too high right now. I think post Ethereum 2.0 coming, which is under development, then the fees will go down, but Ether is little bit on the higher side. Where
the price of but in terms of your platform to trade, is it expensive to trade on your platform?
No, it doesn't depend. It's a centralized exchange. So on the centralized, when you move out your assets from one wallet to another wallet, that's where you have a standard fees, which is the protocol fees of the blockchain you are transferring. So for example, you're transferring Ethereum. So at that time, whatever will be the fees of the protocol, that's what we charge.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, I get you. And it's higher now because...
Absolutely. It varies from different locations. When the volume is too high, at that time, the fees becomes a little bit higher.
Okay. So 2 questions. One around competition. There's, fintech in general in the UAE. We've talked a lot about crypto, but there's a lot of movement in the fintech space. There's a lot of new sort of investment platforms coming up. They're adding new things all the time. How do you view that? Do you see them as competitors? Do you think that's an interesting space to watch?
I think it's very important in any industry to have a healthy competition, and every product is different. We are working on a cross asset, somebody is working on a different product, but it's a healthy competition and it's needed. You don't have to monopolize the industry. if you have competition, that's where your performance comes in. So it's very healthy to
a
have
healthy ecosystem. But so some of the ones I'm thinking of, like Sarwa, Baraka, and these ones, Sarwa added something this week, and then on the crypto side, you have BitOasis, who's kind of had a bit of a renaissance, and Rain, and originally they were wallets, and now they're adding more.
They are regulated from here, and I think they have the maximum users from UAE who are trading because they are licensed from, I think, ADGM.
Yeah.
Yes, but so I told you each and every product is different. So BitOasis has a different product line. We have a different product line altogether.
Okay, but they might add things like
they might.
Everyone seems to say they're adding things,
Absolutely,
right? Like because it evolves, doesn't it? And then so do you think it's a kind of a zero-sum game? Do you expect consolidation? Is it a case of there's a lot of new entrants into the sort of fintech world right now in terms of investment?
So I'll just compare any industry. You need to compare with the peer comparison of the existing sectors. So I see crypto along with the traditional sectors. If you see in traditional, there are n number of CFD brokers available across the globe. Initially, there were few banks who were giving the services, but then it went on increasing and large institutions came in the play. And then large corporate houses bought the licenses, and they are the Forex brokers right now. But still, everybody have its own business because the volumes have increased, and a single broker, no matter how good the product is, cannot surface that massive audience. So it's better. We will see lots and lots of exchanges coming up. But whoever will be healthy on their security, user interface, trading, I think they will be the market leaders.
Okay, interesting. So talking a little bit more around regulation, and China has banned crypto Bitcoin mining, and we had someone on before whose business is Bitcoin mining, and he really explained it from a manufacturing point of view. He's more concerned with how he works with the computers and the places around the world rather than the price of Bitcoin. So what's your sort of view on mining and sustainability, and where are we now in that world? Are there going to be changes?
I think 60% of the miners previously were in China, but now they are shifting their base, or they have shifted their base and looking for different locations. And UAE is coming out, I think, big time into mining. DMCC has a license which allows you, wherein you can apply over a period, you get a license, and you can put your own mining operations based on different, you can put it on solar, you can put it on the hydro project, or you can get subsidized rates on electricity. So that depends on which location you are putting the mining operations. But yes, in a blockchain, you need mining, wherein the miners who mine the tokens, they are the one who get the protocol fees. So this industry is about to grow at a next level, and we see lots and lots of mining companies will be set up in UAE also over a period of time. Yeah.
Oh, because I didn't know that. I didn't know that wasn't what came up before, but that's really interesting because that's, to do with energy as well, isn't it? Yeah. But do you think there's incentives for different types of energy, but do you think that mining will become more sustainable?
Absolutely. There are lots of countries like Canada, Norway, Uzbekistan and all, which are giving subsidized rates on data center and mining. And I think UAE is also on the same line. They want more and more mining companies to come.
Okay.
And I think there will be, I see in coming 2 years, there'll be a number of large mining companies which will be setting up their base in UAE.
Okay, fascinating. So kind of moving on to sort of brand and marketing and perception of Bitcoin and trading. Obviously when there's something new, people say it's a fad, it's not going to last. People say it's, it's used for things that aren't legit, right? Absolutely. And there's a lot of fraud, and there's a lot of sort of things like that. How do you think that crypto has an image problem?
It had an image problem previously, yes, I agree that, but there are lots of companies which have came to tackle these problems. Today, blockchain is never hidden from anyone. You can do your chain analysis on the blockchain. For example, there was one Bitcoin which was minted 10 years back, and it has changed hands from one hand to the last transaction is to the 90th percent. So you can track that whole chain on blockchain, and there are n number of companies across the globe who are doing the chain analysis. So We have one company which is from US who is at the back end doing the chain analysis for us. So if we receive any Bitcoin from the user, so that's why I tell all my friends and users to basically go with the exchange which has a chain analysis. When you have your Bitcoin on your wallet, on your personalized wallet, which is not having a chain analysis at the back end, you don't know from where you are receiving it. But when you are on an exchange which has a platform which can do chain analysis for you, and if you are getting Bitcoin, you will come to know that is it legit or it is marked somewhere, because there are lots of addresses which are marked with FBI, Interpol and on, which were hacked or used in a different manner. So
okay.
it's very important to go with the platform where you onboard. Do they have a chain analysis or no?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So chain analysis is the equivalent of, the record of seeing if your car has been, what's the word? What do you do when your car?
Registered or not?
Yeah, registered, but also if you, what do you do when you take it in every 10,000 kilometers and it has a history? And some of them aren't, okay.
They're the stolen one.
What? Service? Yeah, service. Yeah, there's a service history.
Service history, absolutely.
Yeah, so service history to your car, it's the same way. Because when you were talking about chain analysis, I was thinking, well, is it going to show my name? But no, the most important part is that it's a verified history.
Absolutely.
It hasn't been associated with a dodgy exchange or whatever.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's the purpose of chain analysis.
That's the purpose of chain analysis.
Yeah.
So that's what we are taking care of today.
Yeah.
That whenever user is receiving any asset on our platform, at least he'll be secured that the assets are cleared by
clean.
the different agencies and they are clean.
Yeah, interesting. Fascinating. So we talked a lot about where you will be around the world and that you'll follow the sort of regulation in crypto. And we talked a lot about the UAE, but what about this region? What about Saudi Arabia? What about GCC, Levant, North Africa? What trends are you seeing in crypto there as well?
I think
and fintech in general.
Absolutely. So I think the first one in Middle East was Bahrain, which came out with the crypto regulations, and there were few exchanges registered over there. Saudi, I don't know, but they are planning to set up the whole blockchain industry in Neom city, which they are developing, and at the different free zone. But I think personally that in coming 5 years, at the pace what UAE is going, they will be the market leaders in Middle East in terms of blockchain projects and exchanges getting registered in different kinds of tokens with the regulations in place, and the ease of doing business. It's not about the country which has the regulation. It's about ease of doing business in terms in which country you are, what regulations they have, what is the infrastructure you have. If you are regulated by the country where you have an office, it's much better. But if I have a regulations from a South African country and I'm not available there, but my whole team sits here, that's not the ease of doing business. So it's very important for any country to give you the regulations which are user friendly. Along with that, you need to have the infrastructure also to set up your team and all. So I think UAE will be the market leader in coming 5 years, but along with that, there will be a number of countries which will coming out with their own regulations.
Okay, so market leader. So basically that might mean that one of the leading cities in the world for blockchain and crypto.
Absolutely.
Put that in another context. Do you think that could mean that Dubai can be a leading financial capital? Because if we're saying that crypto, and if we're saying that the assets and the trading volume and the number of people trading is, say, this $3 trillion now versus 300 trillion, whatever, if that gap is getting closer, is this potentially a bullish case for Dubai's chance to be treated like New York, London, Hong Kong as a financial capital?
Look at the if I see the use cases, I have Zug Crypto Valley, which is in Switzerland. So over past 7 years, it started in 2013 and it has seen roughly 2,000 or 2,200 companies getting registered in last 7 years with the licensing. In last 3 months, I'm one of the investors in CBVC Labs, which is setting up the crypto laws in DMCC. And looking at the figures right now with the companies from across the globe who have filed for the licenses, which is at much better pace as compared to Zug, which was the market leader till now. So that's why I see, looking at the math, I think there might be a massive inroad in this country for the blockchain projects.
Understood. I get that point, and that will put Dubai ahead of Zoga previous. But what I'm asking is, how does that relate to the financial world? Like, does that, okay, it might be the best in crypto, but crypto in 5 years' time might be more accepted and might be more mainstream financial. It already is accepted, but does that mean that Dubai can be a financial capital in many ways that, you know, many people would have hoped that it could have been? And rather than looking at sort of, we need liquidity in the financial markets and we need maybe consolidation across the region, to make Dubai a financial capital, more so we should be looking at the crypto world.
So today, if you see, if I see the regulations of different classes in US and UK, we have DIFC, which comes in the international law, and whichever companies are getting registered in DIFC, they are regulated by the international law. And now, if they are also coming out with the cryptocurrency, there will be n number of global companies which will come and set up their shops in DIFC, wherein they get a single license of trading into different assets and cryptocurrency all together in one single license. So that's what important is. Same with DIFC, they have DMCC, they have their own crypto regulations. In Sync, SCA is coming out with different regulations on trading traditional assets. So that's what I see in last 6 months. There are n number of announcements which are made by the government on the changes of law, which will be more of user friendly.
Okay, what are the last 5 crypto assets that you invested in personally?
So I have invested. I told you that I can't.
I know your
advise
strategy. You can't advise. I thought I'd
I
ask.
have an SIP. That's what I told you. Normally, I do an SIP where I invest a part of
What does a SIP mean?
So it's a systematic investment plan. I have set an amount, and every month, no matter what the price is, I don't see, and I invest it.
Okay.
On the top 5.
Yeah.
So that's what I follow normally. I am not a trader by myself. I don't trade anymore because my focus is on my exchange.
Yeah.
But there are for any users, I personally feel it's better to study that what will be the usability and the utility of the token in whichever they are investing. Apart from that, who's the team who's backing the project?
Yeah.
So that's very important.
Amazing. Well, thank you for sharing all that this morning, Jeetu. We really follow DIFX when it continues to grow.
Thank you.
And it's great insight into the crypto world.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Okay, what a great guest Jeetu was. You know, someone who knows. You can tell immediately when someone knows their industry inside out and all the different terminologies, both from the running a business, but also the technology behind it as well. And it's not simple. He made out all the different kind of fintech solutions that they've got out to be pretty easy to understand. So it was really interesting to speak to Jeetu today. Thank you to Shahir and Alibaba for producing the podcast. Please do subscribe to any audio platform to Dubai Works, but also if you'd like to listen to any of our other shows, we've got Smashy Crypto, Smashy Green about the environment, Smashy Business Center with Hala. Please do download the Smashy TV app and watch some of the shows and give us feedback. There's a 7-day free trial. Okay, same time, same place next week, 11 o'clock on Thursday.